What's up, everybody? James Ang here, Biblical Success Coach. I am ending my day and just hopping on for a quick connection. Ask me anything time. And what I'd actually like to know while I'm ending my day, I'm preparing for tomorrow. Hope you're doing amazing. Number one, let me know where you're from. Boston, what's going on? But really, if there's any questions you have for me, I've been connecting with a lot of new friends, old friends, all different types of people. So it's been an honor. It's been exciting. But really, what I like to do is when I'm on here, I want to know about you. And what I'd actually like to be able to know is if there was one problem that you could solve right now in your life, your business, your finances, your life, your personal life, your spiritual life, your health, whatever it is, like, is there anything in particular that you're looking to solve right now? Like, because that's what I like to do. I like to see if, at the very least, to be able to encourage, but even better, to be able to see if we can solve something. And I've really enjoyed that because I think it's very helpful for all of us to be able to share with each other, because the reality is this is we all got problems. We all got challenges. What's up, Hawaii? How are you? Hey, what's going on? Yeah, comment where you're coming in from, and thanks for the follow. But yeah, comment below. Is there anything in particular that you are struggling with, you are challenged with right now? And for me, I've been in a very interesting phase of our lives where we have some pretty massive business and financial goals. And it's been interesting. Your family, and what about your family psychology? You own a software company for real estate investors, sold billions. Congratulations, Eliza. Congrats. That's amazing. Hey, we should connect. I'm actually doing I'm doing a podcast now. Portland, Oregon. How are you? Yeah, so we're in a phase now, personally, just to share a personal struggle, but I want to know what you're struggling with, if anything. Is It's interesting. Damien, how are you, man? Great to see you. Yeah, I'm in a place now. We have very blessed to just lock in our dream home. You just got off a podcast, yeah. Eliza, we got to connect for sure, for sure, for sure. If you can follow me, and if do you mind? I have a form in my link in the bio. It says "Work with me." If you can fill that out, I'd love to actually get your contact and be able to chat further as well too. You're a mortgage underwriter. Oh my gosh, Rob, I've been talking about this a lot. Um, yeah, I primarily I help people build recession-proof online businesses. I also help people achieve biblical success. What's going on, everyone? Hey, comment below as you're coming in, where you're coming in from. We're just having a chat here and appreciate the follows. But one thing I have been talking in particular is that it's going to get. I had a video go viral today. I do a lot of short form content, a lot of stuff, and it's unfortunate, but it is true. Is that it's probably going to get worse before it gets better financially, economically, right? There's a lot of things going on. Underwriter, you know this to be true. Real estate is going down. Um, Economy's turning around. Layoffs are starting to happen. Recession is technically here, but they don't say it's here, right? Eliza, you probably know very, very well. I'm curious what it's like in the real estate investing scene. You can always find a good deal. You can always find good things, right? It's already hitting. That's intense. Yeah. Eliza, definitely felt my form. Let's talk. I'd love to connect, really. Awesome. Yeah. You're an appraiser with 25 years. Oh, do you see that? You're looking to relocate but a new home. Become a realtor is probably not the best thing to do right now. It's tough. Excellent time. I think an investor can always find a good deal, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think the bigger deals are going to happen in the next year or two, because you see in many, now I'm not a realtor, right? But from what I've seen, at least what I've read, what I've studied, just generally, I think there's some markets that are correcting a little bit, but I think there's going to be more to happen still, because there's like a delay, right? I mean, last year through COVID, there was like, I think it was like, oh my gosh, wasn't it like 12, 14 trillion dollars or something printed because of COVID? And with that, there's obviously things like inflation. There's consequences to that, and with that, there's a delayed effect. As much as the politicians will say things are different, I mean, if you're in the scene, you kind of see it up front, close and personal. I have a realtor friend said that 2022, the real estate sales were 50% less than 2021. So real estate's an interesting spot. I'm not an expert there, you know? Yeah, I'm in California, so definitely rents are intense, So there's corrections that happen, and these things are normal. But yeah, I don't think it'd be a good time to buy right now. We're literally buying our dream home right now, and it's unfortunate. Like when we looked at it, when we first looked at it versus when we're actually buying it for, the price rose, and this was within a year or two. It rose by like 40%. So literally, it's at the highest. It's at the peak to buy. Um, so you're going to see other businesses. I think it's wise to be able to pivot. So I actually help people build recession-proof online businesses. So I think there's ways, and Tony Robbins said this the other day, is that you find low capital expenses, low capital cost, high margin types of businesses. Probably not the wisest time to buy a new home. If you can hold off, it's probably not the wisest time. If you're interested in some other businesses, if you find a good product, you find good service, you find partnership, affiliate marketing. I'm in the network marketing space. Find something where it doesn't cost a lot of money. You can partner with other things or create your own product, scale it online. If you can find something where you don't have to front a lot of costs, have an inventory and sell it, like that's one way. So a lot of drop shipping is popular. Digital products are popular. Yeah. Eliza, I think I would agree, right? Yeah, interest rates are still going up. They say maybe in the next year. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eliza. Like I think it might be another year for interest rates to still kind of go higher. And with that, that means that demand's going to go lower, and eventually there might be a correction, right? Depending on the market that you're in. So it depends, right? I'm in Cali, and it's going to be tough. Cali is a place that kind of weird. Yeah, cybersecurity certificate, awesome. You're closing on one of your investments at the end of January, but two more to sell before you can relocate. Congrats. Yeah, I think what's important now to make yourself recession proof is number one, best to find a business, honestly. If you can control your own income, you can make more money, right? So find some type of business that you can control the money of. Investing is great, but I think the bigger plays for investments, depending on the scene, my personal play is find a business that you can scale, because if you invest in yourself, you can always make more money. You are your number one asset, right? So if you get better, you learn a new skill, you get into a business, you scale whatever business that you're in. If you're better at that, you provide more value, you can make more money, you have more money, then you can invest it. And when things are a little bit, when they shift a little bit, when there's opportunities, businesses are cheaper, investments are cheaper, real estate's cheaper, all those different types of things, there could be opportunities for some really big investment plays, right? But for now, things to look at are what are different ways to get into business if you're not already? What are different ways to get really good, like really skilled, really valuable to the marketplace, right? Some of us might need to learn some social media skills. You might need to learn some sales skills, some marketing skills. I'm massively learning as we speak right now a lot of e-commerce stuff, a lot of social media marketing, a lot of funnels. Like I'm learning a lot about a lot of different things. That's awesome. Eliza, let's chat, sister. That's awesome. Would definitely love to connect. You went to school for business, but stuck on what business to start with. It's funny what school doesn't teach you business much. Businesses, yeah, you have to. If you're open, Steffi, to look at a business, there's many options out there. I do help people create a specific type of online business. So if you're open-minded, if you go to my link tree in the bio, I have a link there, the third link, and it's a work with me form. If you fill that out, then take a look at that. I coach people how to build these, and it's a very low cost business, honestly, but it's very scalable. I coach people to do it professionally and everything. So if that's something you're open for, anyone's open for, I give that out for everyone. Take a look at the link in the bio. Yeah, for sure. Love to share it with you. Could be for you, could not be for you, but the thing that we all need to do right now is if you want to pivot, this is the time to learn. This is the time to expand. This is the time to really, really use this opportunity to double down, to really expand yourself. I'd love to do a live with you, Eliza. Yeah. Did you fill out my form, please? Like, please do. I'd love to connect and chat. I'm always looking to connect with real cool people and stuff. So, but yeah, but things to look at is number one, if you find a good business, but number two from there though, is really invest in yourself. And of course, some certain skill sets. You must learn how to sell, you must learn how to market, you must learn how to communicate, like these types of things. But really, also, I think the number one thing, um, besides faith, honestly, but the thing to invest into is understanding how your mind works. Because God gave us an incredible imagination and He gave us an incredible mind to use. And unfortunately, I'm reading this book right now. Maybe you haven't heard of Myron Golden. I love his stuff. Myron Golden, he's a business sales consultant, and he teaches some biblical success tips. But something that he talks about there's four levels of value. This is interesting, right? And God set it up this way. There's four levels of value. So imagine like a hierarchy, right? And from the bottom to the higher, the different levels of value, you can actually make different levels of income. So on the bottom, there's four, right? The bottom of the four values, you don't want to say here. The bottom would be, and that'd be awesome. Yeah, live would be a lot of fun on D. So the bottom of this is implementation. So a lot of us, we struggle financial in life because school honestly teaches us how to stay in this bottom. And the bottom is basically, what can I do with my own two hands to get a job? And school teaches you how to get a job because schools were designed during the industrial period so that you can get jobs, right? Schools are designed by the wealthy so they can find people to as workers, and then so that we could do the work and they can make more money, right? Scale their business. So the bottom level of value is implementation. You want to get above that as quickly as possible, right? Now you have to start there. Job, there's nothing wrong about that. But above implementation is unification. Unification, and these are all biblical things, right? Unification are like managers, right? It's like people that can coordinate. So the ability to communicate, to be able to manage, to be able to lead, like those are good. So managers, right? Those tend to make more in work. But then above that, you have implementation, you have unification, you have communication. Communicators can make a lot more. So they say implementation, maybe you'll make up to 80 a grand, 100 grand, something like that. If you do unification or manager, maybe you can make a quarter mil. If you do communication, I mean, if you know how to sell, you can communicate, you can do stuff like that. You can make hundreds of thousands, millions. And the top of the value ladder is called imagination. Imagination. And this is where the biggest money is made. And God gave us this, right? God gave us this imaginative faculty. I mean, He literally imagined this world into the world. So the people that can imagine, and typically they're entrepreneurs or they've come out with an idea, they're able to solve something. If you can work on your mind, and imagination is a muscle, most of us don't use it. Most of us do use it, but in the negative way, don't we? We use it to imagine the worry and the stress and the fear rather than worry, the hope and the joy and the creation, right? So we're good at using it many times we use it the wrong way. So if you start to flip the script and you start to then ask yourself the question, how do I solve, what problems do I want to solve in the world? Right? How do I solve them? What's something people need? This is why during a recession, the biggest wealth transfers happen in the world, because those that can imagine, those that can solve problems, and they actually do it, they come out with massive, massive opportunities. Because in a recession, most people shut off their imagination in the positive way. They run into fear and worry and anxiety. And then they have a lot of problems, financial problems, stress problems, health problems. I mean, there's a lot of different problems out there. So if you start searching for problems and then you start thinking on how to solve the problems, then you're going to start to be able to create some opportunities. Yeah, Eliza, we should definitely do a live. That'd be a lot of fun. So be sure to fill out the form and I'll reach out to you, and that'd be a lot of cool things, but anywho, just some thoughts at the top of my head. But I'd love to know in these conversations, like, what are the problems that you're facing with now? What are the struggles? What are the challenges? If there was one problem that you could solve, what would that be? Like, if you solve that one thing, and that would make your life so much better. Like, I'm curious, comment below, like, what is that, if anything? What is that, if anything? Like, we could solve that. Fill it out. Awesome. Yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome, Eliza. Sweet. Yeah, I'll reach out to you. TikTok's cool for business. It's an awesome option. So Eliza, for example, for I do is I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I also do these on YouTube, for example, as well too. But one thing is, if you have something of value to share, is be able to start to share this out there in the world, because it's amazing what social media can do. Is as you just start speaking your truth and you start adding value, it's amazing how you can align yourself with people that around the world that you would never have thought. I mean, Eliza, today we met randomly right on TikTok, and it's being able to, here's a skill that is very helpful to know, is social media is cool for connection and entertainment, stuff like that. Most people use it for that. But here's a really cool opportunity that you can do, is think to yourself, how do I, when I'm on social, how do I create more rather than consume more? Right? So have a balance. If you want to monetize social media, if you want to use it towards a good, if you only want to be on for personal entertainment reasons, you can do that. But if you want to use social media and start to monetize and to be able to have a platform there, spend more time using social media to create rather than consume. So if I'm scrolling through TikTok or my feed and I spend 30 minutes on that, I want to make sure at least I do 30 minutes of adding value. Right? Like, so for me now, like I'm in a very aggressive adding value phase, and I limit myself on social media in terms of just purely consumption. But you want to be, as a whole, you want to be a creator, not not a consumer these days. We're in a generation now where attention is currency. Whatever you put your attention onto is currency. So if we understand that, the more eyeballs on you win, and social media, if that's one cool free platform, if you want to call it free advertising, you can. You have a team hired for TikTok and Insta. They work with your husband. That's awesome. Yeah. So super wise, right? So find ways to be able to create more. Find ways to be able to add more value. What's up, Nareda? Nareda, correct me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm glad I see her on my YouTube all the time, which is great. And Nareda, you should fill out the form too. You comment on my YouTube so much, and I super appreciate that. But hi, I know you. Yeah. So it's just so cool to be able to hop on these and make friends and see what we could do to help each other out, right? In a very informal way. But yeah. But I'd love to know if what's your number one challenge or struggle or problem that you're looking to solve right now would be. And I like these types of conversations. You need a job. There we go. Hey, maybe we connected something here, right? Maybe we connected something here. So maybe we just solved the problem. Who knows? Right? So got to LaBabe. Awesome. If you need a job, here's a thought on a job, right? Go for a job a different way. So if you connect with somebody and you feel like you'd want to be able to work with them, let me give you a tip on getting a job, is don't go in from the need side, go in from the how can I add value and solve your problem side. If you want to have job security, I was having a conversation today, and they were like, man, I'm scared about my job security because of the economy. And I said, if you treat your job like an entrepreneur, then you will never be jobless. Because you have to think, if you're a business owner, who would you hire? You want to hire someone that is self-thinking, that is a problem solver, that can add more value than what it is you're asking for. Exactly, Eliza, right? Exactly. So I wouldn't even say you want a job necessarily. Yeah, not want a job. Yes, that is your intention. But what I would do is go to that business owner and evaluate their business. What's up? And think about them and put yourself in their shoes and evaluate opportunities, evaluate problems, and think to yourself, how could you solve the problems that they need? Exactly, Eliza, right? You have to think like an entrepreneur in a business setting. Even if you get a job, be what's called an intrapreneur. Have an entrepreneur mindset, but in a business. You're going to be every business owner, right, Eliza? You would want to hire someone that thinks like a business owner. Because we don't just want an extra set of hands. We want somebody that can solve problems for us. So we don't have to think as hard. Right? We don't want to boss someone around. Like, we would just hire I don't know, if we really just wanted someone to do some quick stuff, someone that was not thinking. You got AI these days. Like there's things that you could do that doesn't take much brain work. But if you want a job and you want people to look for you, you want people to like seek you out as to hire you. Exactly, Eliza. You want someone to take, business owners want someone to take the mental load off of them. They want problem solvers. So if you can go up to people and you can think about their business and you can think about a way to solve what it is that's in their business or add value, and you can show them that, you'll get hired for sure. For sure. So most people go up to a job and they plead for a job. Be the one that has a strong self-image and saying, hey, I'm someone that is different from the rest, and you will be different if you approach it this way. Be like, I'm the type of person that I'm here to add more than it is that I'm looking to take. And I see things that I can do for you, whatever your gifting is, whatever your skill set is, and see if you can solve some problems there. Make me money and take my mental load. It is. That's literally what it is. Why it just makes sense to do it that way, right, Eliza? It's like that's why you would hire someone. Business owners don't hire someone because they need it, like the person needs it. They hire someone because the business owner needs it. So if you show yourself and you come from that other perspective, you're like, what do they need? How do I solve it? And how do I come around different? Boom, you can get hired anywhere. So hiring is cool, but you can go there for a short-term income, but ultimately you should be your own owner. You should be your own boss. Anyone that's worked for me, I tell them like, and it brings me a lot of joy when I'm like, man, they're running on their own. They're solving their own stuff. Like they are calling their own shots. Like that is so cool to see. Mental health is super, super important. Absolutely. Depression rose, suicides rose. We just went through a bunch of isolation, right? So that's been a tough time. Yeah, we all need mental health help these days, and that's why community is so important. Faith is important. I think gratitude super, super important. But if you create, what's a solution for mental health? If you are in a mode of creation, you're in a mode of connection, and you're in a mode of contribution. Creation, connection, contribution. You're solving problems, you're imagining, you're creating, you're connecting with other people, and then you are also contributing, you're helping. If you do those three things, your joy goes up through the roof. It's hard to feel sad when you're helping someone else solve their problem. Like we all want to contribute. If you start finding ways to go out there and help others, it typically means that your mental health goes up. COVID happened, we're all isolated. Okay, we lack connection, we lack contribution, and then creation. We're just creating, I don't know, we're creating a lot of fear at home or something like that. You did those couple things, and mental health gets a lot better. Everything starts with the mind. Emotions come because you think something. Emotions come when you think something. The conscious mind, you think thoughts, and then your conscious gets embedded into your subconscious. Your subconscious thinks in emotions, not in thoughts. So your emotions are directly tied to your thoughts. But you can think something, and then from there you can feel something, and then your feelings can lead to actions on something. Absolutely, Eliza. We all need help for sure. You need to find a niche. Niche is the riches are in the niches, right? We all have a gifting. Find your gift. Find what it is that you like to do. Then you don't rely on a husband. I think like an owner of an agency looking for a job. Awesome. Good. Yeah. So to find a niche, just start thinking. The best niche to get into. Rory Vaden, he's a branding coach. He says this is that we are the most uniquely. We're most uniquely designed and gifted to serve the person that we once were. It's easy to think about who you were. And if you start to think about all the problems of the people that you were before, but you were there before, right? So you can solve that. There's a lot of people that were the previous version of yourself. So if you search, and you know yourself the best. So if you start to actually solve those problems, like life is going to be a lot better. You will find people that need that. So I used to be super shy. I used to be very like, I could even communicate for the life of me. So now I teach people how to communicate effectively and communicate professionally, right? So I can solve that. I before was very job minded, and then I got into business. So I know how to make that shift, you know? So you're chronically aged, go be your own boss. Go be your own boss. If you can't find a job, go create your own job. All right. So maybe you're not designed for a job. Good. Good. Don't say you have to do it on your own. You get to do it on your own. Things happen for you, not to you, right? We have two ways that we can generally view life. One is that life is working against us. The other is life is working for us. If you take the stance that life is working for you, not to you, then life is instantly better. Instantly better. Because one places you as the victim of circumstance, and the other empowers you. Right? I'm glad there's something of that on TikTok, right? So welcome to our Ask Me Anything. We're just chatting. We're just talking about problems and solutions. If there's anything that we can do and having some cool conversations, right? So just stop being a victim. The reality is you've had tough things happen in your life. That is true. I'm not saying that it didn't happen, and it's not to take away from that. But look at it from the other lens. There's a lot of polarity. There's always the opposite, right? Something bad is something great, right? And I appreciate that compliment there. The worst things that happened in my life ended up being the best things if you use it in the proper way, right? I'm very spiritual. I'm a man of faith, and it says in Romans 8:28, one of the most popular verses, for we know that all things work together for the good of those who are called according to his purpose. So everything is working for you, not to you. And we just don't know the whole story. But why is that the case? Very specifically, because the best way to help someone else, the best person to help someone else through pain is the person that went through pain. The best person to help someone that went through depression, which I have been through, is someone that's been through depression and overcame it. The best person that can help someone with weight loss is someone that lost weight. The best person to help somebody that was broke and able to make some money, you go check out Eliza, was able to make some money, right? So yeah, congratulations. But this is a really cool time. I'm so excited for this year, because when the world, and I ended on this, my wife is waiting for me for dinner. When the world is in chaos is when the most people are in need. And what people need are others that are, instead of reacting like the rest of the herd, the rest of the pack, which is going into fear, anxiety, doubt, and worry and stress and all that there's those rare few that step out and say, we're not going to back up like that. We're going to double down, and we're going to step up, and we're going to lead. They're going to step into their giftings. They're going to step up into their callings. Quantum Leap definitely is the place. Yeah, I'm all about quantum leaps. And they start to then think of service of others rather than just fulfilling their own needs. You find a way to serve the many. Service the many leads to greatness. If you help enough people get what they want, Zig Ziglar says, you can get everything that you want. Jesus said in Matthew 6:33, if you seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, all of these things will be added to you. Kingdom meaning that we are submitting ourselves to God. We are using the giftings that are given to us, and we're using that to help and serve other people. If you find ways to help people now, more than ever, these times, this next year or two, if you double down into that, triple down, 10x into that, are the best opportunities for you and your family. Because if you can solve other people's problems when people are direly in need right now, my gosh, there is no shortage of people with problems right now. So instead of just going into your own problem, think about other people's problems. And it's not hard. Just ask, like I'm asking you. And as you find out these problems, see which ones you want to solve, and then start solving them. And that's it. And connect with real cool people of value, So appreciate you guys for being on here. Time is more valuable than money. You can always get more money, but you can't get more time. So for you to spend a little bit of time with me, super, super appreciate it. Would love to continue to connect. If you're interested, I know some people asked about business opportunities or just connecting further. You make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. 1,000%. Yeah. And check out the links in my bio. I'd love to stay connected and everything. Other than that, God bless. Have an awesome one. We'll talk with you all soon. All right. Have a great night.